Thank you, Darren. Good morning, everybody. Great to be back. I was also going to do the sort of gag about hope everybody's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning, but that's already been done twice before me, so I won't. So yeah, great to be here. So my name's Neale Ryan. I'm the head of Land and Maritime Transport at Innovate UK. I have the pleasure of leading our team that delivers a whole range of transport-related programmes across road, rail, and maritime. That's mainly focused on decarbonisation activities, but we also do a lot around data, digital, connected vehicles, and generally making the transport system better. So I've got 10 slides, I think, but I must go through them in 10 minutes, noted Darren. So I'm going to focus on one particular programme around decarbonisation of freight transport, but also talk about some of the wider things that we're doing with how you can get involved. Further ado, hopefully virtually everybody in the room knows who Innovate UK are, and if you don't, please come and speak to me in the break. But we're the UK's innovation agency. We're part of UKRI, which is a large arm's length body, and we exist to help businesses to innovate, scale, grow, and take their technologies to market both in the UK and overseas. We operate across all sectors of the economy and all parts of the UK. What I won't try and do is explain more about what Innovate UK does and all the transport stuff that we do, because that would take far too long. But I am going to use this slide, which is noted for two things, really. Firstly, there's lots of purple on this slide. But if you take one thing away from me talking to you this morning, is that Innovate UK doesn't just provide funding. We're obviously well known for our grant funding. We do other types of funding around innovation loans and working with our investor partners through our investor partnership program. But if you're a business sat listening, please take away that Innovate UK has a whole range of ways that we can help you on your innovation journey. And if you've not heard of either Innovate UK Business Growth, which is our national service to support companies on their innovation journey, please do look it up on your phone during the course of the day, or come and speak to me later on. So we have a whole range of different things that we can do to help you innovate, scale and grow, not just the funding that we're perhaps best known for. So in terms of transport, Innovate UK has been doing transport related innovation for as long as we've been in existence, really, and it's been a huge area and continues to be a huge area of investment for us. These are the programmes that we are currently running at the moment. I have realised just from sitting and listening for the first few minutes is that I need to add an additional area around what we're doing on data and digital technologies as well, which kind of cuts across these traditional modes that you see on the slide. So we've been investing in these areas for a long time. Over the last 3 years alone, it's been something like £2 billion worth of funding has gone into transport innovation programmes on this slide, mostly funded directly from government. There are lots of other things that Innovate UK does that doesn't have transport in the title of the programme, but still is just as relevant and presents opportunities. So some of the stuff we're doing on AI, on wider digital technologies, on quantum, manufacturing materials, all of those potentially has opportunities for people in the room. But I won't cover all of these things now, but I will just talk briefly about what we're doing on road stuff. So this is a big DFT funded programme. It's a £200 million investment, and it's focused on decarbonising the largest vehicles on our road, so the 44-tonne vehicles. This programme is all about demonstrating real vehicles operating on real routes, driven by real drivers over the next few years. So at the moment, we're busy delivering the part of the programme that sees the vehicles arriving with the fleet operators, the infrastructure being built, and then that will happen it's happening now and out till March next year, and then there'll be a 5-year demonstration period after that. So 350 vehicles, 70 different charging locations, and I've got a map for where they are. So this is all about demonstrating to the industry, really, as a whole, that these vehicles that are either battery electric or hydrogen fuel cell actually operate as well, if not better, than the diesel counterparts, to help the whole industry transition and to help fleet managers make those purchasing decisions so that they can move away from conventionally fueled heavy goods vehicles. So there's loads of information on the projects online. These are the 4 projects. So electric freightways, N Freight, High Haul and E-Freight 2030. So there's £200 million shared across these 4 projects. 2 of them are amongst the largest grants that Innovate UK has ever given out to any project. They are of that sort of scale. And I've got a slide that shows some of the partners in a couple of minutes. So yeah, 4 projects, £200 million of investment, 70 partners, mostly from industry, and all 44-ton vehicles, and they're actual real production vehicles. They're not prototype vehicles. These are real vehicles. So of the projects on the slide, we've got 2 that are focused on battery electric vehicles only, so 44-ton battery electric vehicles. 1 is focused on hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, and then one of the projects has both types of vehicle being used by its fleet operators to compare and contrast the pros and cons of operating those two types of vehicle. Each project has obviously infrastructure as well. That infrastructure is a mixture of depot locations for the fleet operators, but also some of it's already on the public road network. Those infrastructure locations that are in sort of private depots are also available to other users to use on a booking basis as well. So the infrastructure isn't just necessarily for the project partners. They're all exploring how other leading companies that are doing the transition to fully electric vehicles can access the infrastructure that the programme has paid for. So I use this slide just as a way of illustrating the sorts of companies and the scale of companies that are involved. So you'll recognise many household names on the freight operators side. So these are all about real companies using these vehicles in the real world, doing real jobs, moving exciting things around the country from loo roll to car parts to chocolates to whatever things for all of us. Again, to demonstrate to the industry that these vehicles work, they're just as good, if not better, than their diesel counterparts. So a few weeks ago, we had our Progress Summit in London. We had 300 industry stakeholders attend to hear about the progress of the 4 projects. At the event, we unveiled this map, or the Minister unveiled this map. So it shows the locations of the infrastructure that's being funded through the programme. So clearly, the UK will need more infrastructure for the charging of electric lorries. But this programme is a start. And as you can see from the map, there is a reasonably decent coverage around the UK across the strategic road network. So there's loads more information about the programme online, particularly if you are a fleet operator yourselves, actually, if you have some large 44-ton lorries and you're thinking about what to do to transition your fleet. The whole point of the programme is about providing data and evidence, not only to the projects, but about the whole industry to inform that transition over the next few years. And the website is a repository for that information. So please do check that out. If you're a local authority and want to know what's going on in your patch, then again, the website will help you contact our team that can then tell you what's happening, what operators are building in your particular area. Okay, so in terms of what's going on more widely at Innovate UK, so like the rest of government, we're working through the spending review process to work out and be told what our budgets are for next financial year. But at any point, there's always things, funding opportunities or support that Innovate UK can offer you. So you can go to our website to find out what they are. I looked yesterday, there are about 20 live competitions open at the moment. So the key messages for you are to get ready for the next opportunity. Have a look at the website. If you are a business, I mentioned business growth. If you've never heard of business growth, please do look at their website. So that's a network of about 400 locally based innovation and growth specialists who will come into your business, listen about what you're trying to do on innovation and commercialization, and then provide you bespoke support based on what you need. As ever, to find out about what we're doing in terms of funding opportunities, you can follow the various Innovate UK socials. And then afterwards, over coffee or lunch, please do come and find me and I can tell you a bit more. But thank you for listening. Thanks again. Back to you, Darren.